I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
People aren't going to believe what they see. They're not going to believe it. They're going to be astounded.
And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
World War III.
And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen with which I shewed thee before. And then shall my son be declared.
And shall my son be declared.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
Why is it dipped in blood? He's going to kill a lot of people. We're going to get a detail as to who those people are going to be.
And his name is called the Word of God.
That's his title. That's his name. Go ahead.
And the armies which were in heaven.
And the what?
And the armies which were in heaven.
Angels are his armies.
Followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
There's going to be dipped in blood also. And his armies have vehicles. Those vehicles are called clouds in the Bible, or chariots, which Esau refers to today as UAPs.
Who layeth the beam of his chambers in the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariot?
His what?
Who maketh the clouds his chariot?
Clouds are his chariot.
Who walketh upon the wings of the wind?
Fly. So chariots are clouds. Clouds and chariots are one and the same.
He sent out a man's voice unto the eagle.
Unto the what?
Unto the eagle.
Unto the eagle. Go ahead.
And said, Hear thou, I will talk with thee. And the highest shall say unto thee, Art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts?
Art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts?
Whom I made to reign in my world?
Whom I made to reign in my... What's the lion talking to the eagle? Whom I made to reign in my world? I allowed you to rule. Edom understands this, but they're so arrogant and prideful. They feel like, no, I'm the reason why I rule. Well, Ain't Lion said, no, I'm the reason you rule. And this is my world, not yours.
That the end of their times,
the Gentiles, the beasts,
might come through them.
I mean, they're bringing about their own end.
And the fourth came.
So he goes, and the fourth came
and overcame all the beasts that were past.
Persians, the Greeks, Babylonians, conquered them all. Go ahead.
And had power over the world with great fearfulness.
And had power over the world with great fearfulness.
And over the whole compass of the earth.
Meaning over all the world. So the fourth beast. Now, Rome didn't have power on this side of the world. It did when it became Spain. It did when it became Portugal. Then it became the British. It became the French. Then it gained power over all the compass of the world. The entire thing.
And over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit.
With what?
With deceit.
With deceit, with deceptions. With evil, lies.
For the earth hast thou not judged with truth. For thou hast afflicted the meek. Thou hast hurt the peaceable. Thou hast loved liars.
For thou hast afflicted the meek, that's us. Hurt the peaceable, that's us. Thou hast loved liars. That's your Columbus. That's your Washington. That's your Lincoln. All these holidays that commemorate these bastards, they love liars.
And destroy the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit.
Us.
And has cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm.
Yeah, us.
Therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father.
Glory of his Father means with much power. Go ahead.
With his angels.
With his angels. With his angels. That's some clouds talk about. With his angels.
And then he shall reward every man according to his works.
Then he's going to reward every man according to his works. In the next verse.
For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God.
So when judgment starts, the Most High is going to deal with Israel first. Israel's going to receive judgment first. Especially this side of the world, Israel's going to die in massive numbers. But a lot of us on this side of the world, we all messed up. I ain't right at all.
They that sanctify themselves
Those that sanctify themselves, I'm saved, I'm delivered, I'm holy.
and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst,
Idolatry, go ahead.
eating swine's flesh.
Eating swine's flesh. That's your Christians, your Catholics, your Baptists. Eating swine's flesh, go ahead.
And the abomination
Any abomination of the abominable animals, go ahead. Turtle, lizard, whatever, go ahead.
and the mouse
And eating mice too, go ahead.
shall be consumed together, saith the Lord.
I'll let you know that the law is still in effect.
Neither their silver
Neither their silver,
nor their gold
mean their wealth. That's your figures, your actresses, your celebrities, your athletes, all of those who are up in the echelon of our people, the Oprahs, the Tyler Perrys, all these people who will choose to remain in this society and accept this nonsense like this. Read it again, verse 18 again.
neither their silver nor their gold
Their wealth, go ahead.
shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath.
Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath.
But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy.
The whole, they say it again, the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. Go ahead.
For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the
He
land.
shall make a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. Everyone dies.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire,
Come with fire.
and with his chariots,
With his what?
with his chariots,
Go ahead.
like a whirlwind,
Why? Because they spin like a whirlwind.
to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Rebuke with flames of fire. Ezra 13 again. Go ahead.
For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. Means he's going to plead with you by killing you. You don't beg. You don't negotiate. He kills. That's what the Lord does. That's how he pleads.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Including our own people.
And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands, that means millions, of heaven. Go ahead.
And when he turned his countenance to look,
go ahead.
all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Whenever he looked, when he looked around the nations, they were scared, they were terrified. Because a big black man coming out of the sky is terrifying, especially when you can't kill.
And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth,
When he spoke, go ahead.
all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire.
You ever see a leaf in fire that fall like this? Something burns, it starts to fold like paper. It says when he spoke, that's what happened to people. They burned immediately, just from his words alone.
And I saw the beast
Beast, Edom, go ahead. The nation, go ahead.
and the kings of the
And
earth
the other nations, go ahead.
and their armies,
And their armies, their militaries, the European Union, Iran, Iraq, all of them are gonna be a war. They're gonna turn off fighting each other, turn against the Lord.
gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse,
This chariot, go ahead,
and against his army.
and against his army. Because Edom is that prideful. They feel, technologically speaking, they can beat him.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered,
Right.
yea, thy shame shall be seen.
It's basically saying expose yourself.
I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a
What
man.
did the Lord say to Babylon?
I will not meet thee as a man.
I will take vengeance, and I will not meet you as a man. When I show up against you, I will not be a man I was. I'm going to come different. In the glory of his Father. Flying. Human beings out of his mouth. Holding beams of light in his hand. Angelic.
But I beheld, and lo, he had braved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it.
What did he do?
And flew up upon it.
And he flew up upon it. This man can fly. This is not Kal-El. This is not Jor-El. This is Christ. You understand? You see in movies, you will see in real life. You will see it.
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid,
Terrified. That's what I said earlier, that it moved all the waves thereof.
and yet durst fight.
And even though they were terrified of him, what they saw, they still had to fight. They still fought. And Jake will be in that military too. They're going to be in there.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
No weapons in his hand. No sword in his hand, nothing.
His splendor was like the sunrise.
Right, he was glowing like the sun. Go ahead.
Rays flashed from his hand, where his power was hidden.
See? He held it back. No sword, no spear. He had power in his hand. He was holding it back.
And before him went the pestilence.
Before him went the pestilence. Go ahead.
And burning coals went forth at his feet.
Understand what's happening. The man is walking. And as he walks, things are melting under his feet. As he's walking. That's why he didn't need no weapons. He doesn't need any weapons. His body's a weapon in itself. No technology stopping him. None.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Cast out of his mouth. He held his hands, closed his hands, but the power came from his mouth.
And out of his lips,
Along with that fire out of his mouth came what?
and out of his lips a flaming breath.
Watch this.
And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
So all that mingled together came out of his mouth. Fire with wind and tempest and sparks came out of his mouth.
And they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived,
No one was left.
but only dust, the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
So Esther saw Christ open his mouth, burn these people alive, and there was nothing left of them. Smell of smoke and dust is all he saw.
And he shall destroy them without labor,
Without labor means without any hard work. Kill him. Wait, no labor.
by the law, which is like unto
So
fire.
when he speaks, that's when he opens his mouth and then blasts him out. That's him talking the law. When he speaks the law of God, that's the fire coming out of his mouth. That's the wind. That's what he's saying. So he is saying something. He's speaking this. When he opens his mouth, that comes out and kills them.
And therefore appear no more, thou eagle,
And therefore appear no more, meaning we'll never see you again, thou eagle.
nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers,
Your allies.
nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body,
Nor thy vain body. No more. No more gonna see you ever again. You or your kind, your feathers is his people. His claws, that's his people. The bird, the feathers, the heads is all one people. He's not gonna see that ever again. His man, his woman, his son, his daughter will never see that vain body again.
that all the earth may be refreshed.
And once they're gone, once this bird is gone, read again,
That all the earth may be
then
refreshed.
the earth will be refreshed. As long as they're here, the earth can be refreshed. That's where they got to go. They got to go. Edom has no redeemer. Edom is doomed, condemned. No matter what you do, no matter what nation you want him to be, he's doomed, dead, finished. Every law in the Bible he's violated. He's finished.
Thou wentest forth for the salvation for thy people.
Who did he go forth for?
The salvation for thy people.
That's who he's coming for the salvation of thy people with his chariots of salvation. Not all nations. He ain't coming for y'all.
We are faced with the very gravest of challenges. The Bible calls this day Armageddon, the end of all things.